What's on, guys? Welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video, we have the monster Ruckosho that we're going to do a review on from level 1 to 150. This monster is currently available in the event board. Today we have 100, we actually have 9,000 cells. That's what I'm trying to say. But we're going to get it to 150 though. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Anyway, it's going to get started. Alrighty guys, so take a look at this 9,000 cells right here. I'm super excited. Alright, because this monster has been waiting in the monstergram for me. Or not monstergram, but in my vault. Man, I've been wanting to hatch this thing for a while. A lot of you guys did request for the previous one, which I already posted by the way, which was Fishigami. But I really want to see what this monster is all about. If we take a look at the event board here, it's actually a control monster. It's a magic and thunder control. So super excited about this one. But oh, look at that. It's so adorable. Huge thanks and shout out to Social Point for basically sponsoring this video again. They provided all the cells, resources like gems, food, and things like that. Oh wow, look, thunderstorms, or not thunderstorms, tornadoes. But that is a 1390 right there, guys. I will be doing a review on Cute Junk very soon, and then later on Caliber. But you will be rewarded with this, by the way. So you're actually going to be rewarded with not just that, but more than that. Depending on like what rank you get the monster, and if you have all the other monsters in that book as well, which I'll show you guys what I mean in a second. But also there's going to be a QR code on the screen. Make sure you go ahead and scan that if you haven't already. If you want to install the game, you can through that link, or get in the game and get this monster through the event using that link, by the way. But here we go, rank 3, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we got here. Oh, dodge area. I accidentally clicked on go to feed. Oh my gosh, I accidentally went to, okay, it's fine. Let's see, we got level 7s and Sentium, so let's go ahead and collect them. But we do need to rank this monster up and max it out though, because we are not going to just feed up to 130 and call it a day, you know what I mean? We got to just get this monster to max potential. I don't think many monsters or many monster masters or players have this monster maxed out yet, just because it is actually harder to max this one out compared to like Fishigami, for example, which you can get pretty fairly easy, I would say, because he's really not that far when you're starting off with the event board, especially if you have access to like Gold Legends Pass. If you buy that, that already helps you and boosts you quite a bit, you know what I mean? But here we go, guys, 150 right on there. Let's take a look at the stats. We get 30,000. Wow, that speed is that's good. That's some good speed. 30,704, 1.764, and then 58,000 strength. You don't really have to worry about the strength since this monster is not really an attacker. Like, look, this one doesn't deal any damage except the curse stats. It looks like it's a CD8 to everybody, which is kind of nice. This one's a random damage boost and removes all tortures from all allies. Oh, interesting. Okay, some support there too. This one deals some damage and you're applying Mega Time Stop, which can come in handy. We do have a stun to an enemy, gets an extra turn. Oh, he has an extra turn. Applies a random damage boost and removes torture from an ally. This one, you might, I don't know. It's up to you. If you want to run it, you can. It's RNG based, you know what I mean? I don't like skills that are RNG based unless it's really worth picking up. You know what I mean? That skill or running it. CD8 and Curse. Let me see. We have CD8 to everybody. Curse. Okay. Yeah, that's just a single target version. I would rather run the AoE version. Now you do have like 2 skills that are spammable, but they're not denial spammable though. So in my opinion, these are the 4 best skills you can actually run on this monster. Stamina cost is actually not too bad, and looks like the cooldowns for the most part it's actually low. But I kind of did not go over the traits, so let's go over the traits. So we have Hardened, which is actually not bad. 20% less accuracy against a target. Immune to torture as a trait. That's actually really good, better than a status caster. And then self dodge area status casters. Here's the thing with that. I like the trait better, just because with status casters the monster needs to get a turn in for its kick in. But then remember, you want to make this monster super fast as well. So the only thing is, like, if there's a faster monster, then you might be cooked, you know what I mean? Especially if they're gonna hit you with like your CDA skill or whatever else. Speed really matters, I would say, but we're gonna get into that a little bit more, like what monster you should actually pair it up with. This one removes positive side effects from everybody. What is that? Applying 3 random tortures. I mean, it's an okay ultimate. I'm not really a big fan of that, but it is what it is. Let's see what kind of staff we can actually give. So staff wise, I would go with something that gives you stamina, right? So literally go with anything that gives you stamina. For example, Citizen Staff, this one returns starts if an ally stamina is below that much, gives a bunch of stamina. So this one's actually not too bad. Increases all ally strength as well. It could be a bit supportive. That's probably going to be one of the best ones you can actually give. You could also go with this one, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have like this one, Merc Staff, literally anything that gives you stamina. So I'm just going to do Merc Staff, to be honest. And then with SN, you want to give something that would bring this monster back, right? Either that, or you can do like Barbarian's SN as well. Either one really works. Me personally, I'm going to do a Mater Genesis SN. Genesis SN is also pretty good if you want to give that. But anyways, here we go. 4 and 5. That'll get you a bunch of, I think that was food, right? Got you a bunch of food, runes, and sentients as well. All right, a setup for this monster would be like 2 dodge area and 1 taunt. Something like this would work, but the only issue is here, you really have to outspeed them. If you know you're going to outspeed them, then it's okay because you're going to have that dodge area helping you out. But if they're going to outspeed you, then you're kind of cooked. So I would actually, in my opinion, I think what you could actually do, just to be like extra safe, you can actually just run a Dale Cliffbreaker instead. Now, in terms of runes, here's what I would recommend giving. Okay, you want to make this monster go second. Not first, but second, because if it's going to go first, he's not really going to be able to do much against like Megataunt, you know what I mean? So when Megataunt's there, that's going to be kind of his nemesis, I would say, at the counter. So I would recommend watching or like staying away from that, avoiding it as much as possible, or at least like pair it up with a monster that would take in the turn before you, and then kind of opening up the path for you. In my opinion, Florian's actually one of the best to actually do that. Florian's really good with that. Another 2 great options would be like Stina Steam Bandit, or you can actually do in Kato. Now here we're in a battle, and I'll go ahead and show you guys real quick what the setup's kind of like. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and disable Anticipation Trade and remove Cold Blood. So like for example, that monster has Anticipation. We're just going to go ahead and trade disable her real quick, and then get the turn. What you can do is you can also trade disable like this. So now the path is a little bit more open. You know what I mean? You got the Megataunt off you. What you can do, I really wish this monster had an AoE trade disable. That would have been pretty dope. I would have liked that. You could do Toxins, which is really nice. So that Toxins will actually deal a lot of damage. Just be careful of this other Ancestral getting his Awakening. So it says any ally, right? Ally gets control, yeah. So the only thing is you gotta watch out from that, I would say. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna do Curse instead, and that Curse comes with CDA. That way it doesn't really count. Now we're going to switch screens real quick. Take a look at this. This monster gets a turn in, but we're going to have to charge up because we can't really do anything. You know what I mean? And then this monster gets a turn in. He can't really do anything either because, by the way, half of his life, more than half of his life is actually gone, but he won't be able to do anything because of CDA. But what I was going to say is like you want to avoid, you know, triggering that. So best way to do it would be CDA. And some curse. So this one applies to return to death countdown. There's not. Oh yeah, we can't do that. This one, Mega Possession Toxins. He's gonna get his ultimate. I don't want that. What we can do. Let me do like a damage mirror with some other, you know, stuff, I guess. And this one applies a random damage boost and removes tortures from allies. Heck yeah, let's do it. So we got a double damage on this monster, which he doesn't really need. 25% damage boost, and then this one gets a double damage. Cool. Now with this other monster, we are running a 0 cooldown skill, but usually she would be charging up because, you know what I mean, most of her skills actually require something. Now when she attacked, it's actually going to help me out a little bit more because look at those relics just kicking in. She's almost dead. Basically she's dead. At this point, what could we even do? I mean, there's nothing much. I really want Sabers to get a turn in and just like kind of get eliminated. Now I could also do Mega Time Stop to this other monster. Let's you know what? Let's just do Mega Time Stop. I don't care about him getting his awakening. I should have done this a long time ago. Oh, okay. I thought for some reason I thought he was gonna get immune to torture or something, or his tortures were gonna be gone or something. So yeah, I mean he keeps the torture, so he's definitely dead. And on top of that, JJ got, you know, lost the turn too. Now we're finally able to actually do whatever we want, right? So we're gonna go ahead and trade disable you. And then we're also going to trade disable you as well. And then he gets a turn. He could just use his ultimate, to be honest, or I could have also done Toxins, which Toxins is pretty deadly. Now we're going to go ahead and hit him with Curse real quick, you know, just some more torture. We're going to hit him with Possession and Curse. So you don't always need an attacker on your team in order to actually win your battles. What I was going to say, if you really want to, you can switch out Cliffbreaker with an attacker. You know what I mean? So if you want to do that, you can do that. That would work. But it's up to you. It really is up to you. You don't necessarily need an attacker, but if you really want to run one, then you can definitely do that. That's insane. The fact that I just dealt 1,000,000 damage to that monster, and I'm not really running any strength runes either. pretty nuts. I'm just gonna let JJ get a turn in, to be honest, and he's just gonna die to all those tortures that he has. He has curse, he has nightmares. I don't know what else he had, but some pretty deadly stuff. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this monster. What do you guys think? He can definitely be good if you actually pair it up correctly. Like the monsters I paired up, those are pretty good. You can also pair it up with something similar to that. Not exactly what I had, but something else that would work too. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions, and that's going to be pretty much it. Like I said, scan the QR code. That's going to get you right in the game. Go to the event board and grab this monster for yourself. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
To leave this town, 'cause lately I've been feeling down. The cold nights just don't feel the same. Oh.